The year is 2004.
Lindsay Lohan was tired of rumors starting and sick of being followed.
I literally have that written down.
Really? By the way, we are surprising each other with pop culture memories from every year that we think are iconic.
Clearly, we think alike. But on a related note, Mean Girls came out, providing Twitter gays everywhere with a personality for years to come.
It was also snubbed by the Oscars this year.
True.
In 2004, I signed up for MySpace.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
In 2004, Usher soundtracked your awkward prom dancing, feigned heterosexuality, and apparently your first sexual experience with Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was. Wow.
I can't believe I did the Yeah before I knew. Anyway, here we are in 2004.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, I'm T. Kyle.
Hey, I'm Bradley Stern.
This is our new
Britney.
Yeah,
no, that's not going to work.
Hey, I'm T. Kyle.
And I'm Bradley Stern.
And this is It's Britney, Bitch.
A podcast for stans.
By stans.
Dedicated to 20 years of the living legend, Britney Jean Spears. So we are kicking 2004 off with a bang. Hey, Do you want to get married?
Yeah, I mean, we were debriefing from the previous year, and we had said to each other, holy shit, why is there so much happening in all of these things? Because we're so nervous we're going to forget something, which we obviously have. We've forgotten already. So many things. We can't go through everything.
Stop hate tweeting us. We haven't yet put this out, but stop. I see the tweets already.
Yeah. And then you were like, she did not get a single break.
No.
We looked at our outline from 2004, and I was like, I feel like this is a decade of moments.
Yeah. Surely,
starting with a wedding right in the beginning of the year.
Kickstarting right for New Year's. Mm-hmm. So Britney was partying in Vegas on New Year's Eve.
As one does.
Which we did, 2013.
Mm-hmm. But we were saved by a lesbian. We didn't get married.
That's true, but we did have our own Vegas experiences. More on that in 2013 to 14.
Mm-hmm. That should be, honestly,
a bonus episode.
We should, or when we get to 2013, because that was all part of the launch of Piece of Me.
Spoiler alert, Pheromone is involved.
Yeah, this was... It is one of my favorite memories of you probably ever.
Yep. See you soon.
But anyway.
See you soon.
Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas does not stay in
Vegas. Nor did it stay in Vegas for Britney, who was partying at the Palms and Rain and Ghost Bar with her high school sweetie, fucking Jason Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Childhood friend, not high school sweetie, I should clarify. So they're partying, they're having fun. And the friends go out and they're watching, reportedly, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at her suite at the hotel on January 3rd. And they suddenly feel romantically ready to get married.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they reportedly rented a lime green stretch limo and headed to a little white wedding chapel, which is where people do that sort of thing. And they got married in... Britney wore a baseball cap.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
crop
pictures.
Top, jeans. Mm-hmm. It is an awful photo. And reportedly she keeps dancing the night away and he goes to the hotel. It's just a big joke between them. Not so funny to Larry Rudolph, who immediately needs to scramble to get this annulled. And in 55 hours, Britney is married and the marriage is off, which sets some sort of pop culture record that people constantly refer to this day. It is true.
Iconic.
It is one of the shortest, if not the shortest.
Yes. What they said, according to Jive, is that they took a joke too far by getting married. Jason allegedly said he was in love with her and that to be honest, he was a shady shit.
They were drunk.
Selling a story. Yeah. And he also suggested that they did party favors.
Oh.
So who knows? But regardless... They did that. She gets married and officially invites a torrent of hate and criticism her way more than ever before.
Yeah, I mean that really kicked off 2004.
With a bang.
After the, release of In the Zone. And yeah, I mean, this kind of geared up for
another wedding.
Yeah, I mean,
in addition, this year, we also had a most legendary Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, we got an epic moment right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Super Bowl is irrelevant in my life unless someone iconic is performing at
That's right.
the halftime show.
Yeah.
Which has only happened about 3 times. And I'm not going to say who I think those 3 are. But that's
Bruno
a different
Mars.
story. Actually, no, I will tell you who those 3 are. Britney, Beyonce, and Pink in 2004.
There you go.
A commercial.
That's right. Who performed that year? I don't know.
In 2004? Actually, no, it might have been
Oh, it might have been someone good.
I feel like it might have been Prince.
Oh, remove this feature.
I'm going to leave that in and then let you all drag 2004 Super Bowl performer.
Wait, that wasn't the Justin one, was it?
No, that was last year or 2 years ago. Who cares?
No. I mean the Justin and...
Oh.
No, 2004 was... Yes, it was. 2004 was Justin and Janet.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Should we even I remember watching that shit. It was so iconic.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was the year.
I've already said what I need to say on Twitter about how I feel about Justin Timberlake.
Well, I think time has certainly dealt the karma that it needed to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So anyway,
Trash.
Janet Jackson's a legend, though.
That's right. And she has risen from the ashes of that.
She has.
Anywho, that's for the Janet podcast. We are discussing the most legendary Pepsi commercial that came of this era, which was the 2004 Britney, Beyonce, Pink, Enrique Iglesias.
Yes, subtle cameo.
Subtle cameo with a Queen song, We Will Rock You.
Mm-hmm.
Gladiator style. Invented gladiator heels.
Invented
gladiator sandals.
Invented Rome.
Invented Rome.
The rise and fall.
There would be no 300. There would be no Gladiator the movie. I think that came out before this, but they were inspired by the beginning making of this commercial. There would be no Game of Thrones, really.
No. Nope.
The great thing about this, everything about this, is that they all get to have their own unique sound on the cover of We Will Rock You. I like when Beyonce comes in and then it's like an R&B drop out of nowhere just for her. It's just like, okay, we see what you did there. And then Pink gets her like rock scream and
rock vocals.
Yeah. Of course, Britney is just like doing her iconic runs.
Yeah.
We will rock you.
And Enrique as the emperor.
Yeah, he was like the fuckboy.
Oh yeah, and he was like not into. Wasn't there like a gladiator at the beginning that he gives a thumbs down to?
Something like that.
Yeah, so he thumbs down Justin, and then the girls come in, and they are supposed to fight each other. This was really a commentary on Stan Wars.
It really was.
They were supposed to all come in.
So ahead of its time.
Very ahead of its time, yes.
They need to do this now.
They do, except who would it be?
Britney, Beyonce, and Pink.
Oh, I wish. God.
Do it over again.
Yeah. Just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically they come in, they're supposed to fight, they throw down their weapons, and they join together in song. And the Emperor is like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and what a song it is.
What a song. Legends only.
I almost feel like this is more... Well, no, because this is a collab, so it's not more epic than The Joy of Pepsi, because that was a solo moment.
Right.
But this was pretty epic.
Oh, yes.
And I remember it had all this BTS, like, making the commercial.
Yeah.
And you got to see them interacting. Oh, it was just a production.
It was.
They had a press release. Do you remember they had that
press conference event where they all stood next to each other. Pink looked super unfortunate. It was like this circus look, right? Didn't she have like that black bob or something?
I wasn't going to say it. I was thinking it and I was not going to bring it up.
Well, you know what? She is a strong enough woman that she can accept that she's had some fashion mishaps. And I believe the Pepsi commercial press conference was one of them.
Yeah, but to be fair, Britney's was understated.
What was she wearing?
It was just like a simple black dress.
Oh yes, that's right. And then
but the hair was a serve.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's a press conference for a can of Pepsi.
You know, that is there's a point. Oh yes,
they should have shown up in the gladiator outfits.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now. And Beyonce's wearing that like fur.
Yeah, it was all pretty cash.
Super casual, surrounded by gladiators. And yeah, Pink inspired the circus era with her look.
Oh. Debatable.
Debatable.
Have you seen the Back to Basics tour?
Oh, nope.
I have it on DVD. We can watch it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was epic. And still to this day, every single year, people are like, this is the best.
Yeah, the fact that there was like a think piece about it 10 years later. Hello, are you getting think pieces about Kendall Jenner's Pepsi commercial? Oh, probably because that was...
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually just, fact checked everything we were going to say, and it literally was like Kendall Jenner, Kendall Jenner, Kendall Jenner, a throwback to
all right, you know what?
Kendall Jenner could take note. Like it literally... Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Okay, who's going to have a...
Who do we think could actually do something like this and have it be epic?
Like a collab?
Yeah. Like a 2018 We Will Rock You Pepsi Gladiator commercial.
Camila. Just from the awards.
I'm cutting this out. I'm not... Cut this all out.
This is being removed from this. No.
Ew, absolutely not.
Dua, no.
She can be in like serving Pepsi behind the refreshment stand.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's you, babe. Got a Pepsi for you, babe. Diet Pepsi for you, babe.
Wow. You heard it here first. The 2019 Pepsi theme.
I kind of don't want to cut that part out, but like I will.
God. What were we doing? Oh, yeah.
We're talking about
Britney, Pink, Beyonce. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this was coming right off the heels of In the Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Onyx
also,
Hotel Tour.
Yeah, and also didn't Beyonce have a big album this year?
Yeah, she was doing like Dangerously in Love.
Yeah. So they were all pretty hot at this. And then
Pink was doing, was it Misunderstood? Maybe it was that. It was, hold on. We need to get this right. Misunderstood.
I know, it's been a long time ago.
It has been. And it doesn't help that she fucking spelled it Misunderstood Wiki.
SEO. Really not helping.
Oh, I'm right. Okay. Try This. I thought Try This came out later. That was the God is a DJ, Trouble, Feel Good Time.
Yes.
This was a good one.
It was such a good album.
Very underrated.
Oh, what a moment.
What a moment for all three of them.
But anywho, so we are in the wake of the release of In the Zone. And she is about to kick off on the Onyx Hotel Tour.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Onyx Hotel Tour is where things take a different turn. So let's start with the Onyx Hotel Tour. Because that's where this is still, the focus is the music.
Yes.
And the album. And she's touring for In the Zone.
Certainly not the focus in the media, but for the fans, yes. Mm-hmm. So she embarks on the Onyx Hotel Tour, which is much different than the Dream Within a Dream tour. It's much more chiller moments.
Mm-hmm.
Her most sexual, obviously.
Yes, big time.
It's staged in a way that she's mostly... There is no catwalk, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Much more condensed.
And there are sections of the show. The theme is generally that she's checked into a hotel.
Mm-hmm. And there are various rooms in this hotel.
And it's a magical hotel.
Checking into the Onyx Hotel. Checking into the Onyx Hotel.
Which we're, again, from Dream Within, we're getting a very production moment here. The concept. There's a theme.
Yes. The kickoff is this really obnoxious clown sort of gay.
Inspired by Lady Bunny.
Oh, for real?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume.
Definitely a drag queen-esque.
It's very drag inspired.
Totally.
So come inside. I welcome you to the Onyx Hotel.
Leads us into the Onyx Hotel. We check in to the sound of Toxic, which is a relief. She gets it out of the way.
Yeah.
But we get a fierce ass breakdown.
It is one of the best.
Yeah. She
and
also...
we get another, we get a cat suit here, which is
yes.
it's, you know, an
Catwoman.
homage to the video.
Yes.
Obviously.
It's very femme fatale, really.
It is. It's a good
It's an actual
cat
femme
suit.
fatale. Yeah.
I will say this part where she comes out and she's got the cape.
Yeah.
Is fierce.
It's a completely fierce opening. I mean, nothing's going to really be a Wheel of Death, but this is a good one. She also debuts, as my hairdresser would know, the chocolate brown hair.
For the special, yeah.
As I famously requested to my hairdresser as a young gay, I would like Onyx Hotel chocolate brown hair. And we dyed it. And guess what? Didn't look like it at all.
But she didn't have that the whole time.
No, she didn't. But she did have it for the actual special.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cemented in my brain.
Because didn't she do this one also with Rock and Rio?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is also on YouTube. Is very good too.
Yes.
But yeah, it kicks off with Toxic.
We totally play into the hotel theme. There are bellhops. There are luggage carriages or whatever those are called. Baggage. Favorite moments include when we step into the jazz lounge and we get the first Jazzy Baby into Oops. Jazzy Baby is incredible.
It is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stephanie. Please join me tonight in welcoming the sensual seductress, the enchanting mystery, Miss Britney Spears.
I'm about to break it down right here. Turn me up just a little. Turn me up.
The way the ending is, it's like Pussycat Dolls, burlesque.
It's very burlesque lounge.
Very burlesque lounge. She invented burlesque. And she also teased it in the Zone special. She's like fanning herself with a martini glass in her hand, or they're like fanning her, and we get like a great vocal. Nothing's live, but we get a studio that is great of Baby reinterpreted. My favorite reinterpretation of Britney of Baby. I just love the chair moment at the end. Also important to note, Onyx Hotel Tour started in March 2004 and ended abruptly in June.
Yeah. It was not a very long moment.
Was not a long moment.
But pulling up the set list here,
yeah,
because we're talking about this themed, we had the check-in with Toxic, Overprotected, Boys, and Showdown.
Yep.
Then we go into the Mystic Lounge, as Brad was just discussing, with Baby One More Time, Oops, and Crazy. Then we go to the Mystic Garden, which this is my favorite costume.
Oh, the fairy?
I think. Yeah.
Fairy look every time.
She had the bare feet and this really
very
pretty
organic
dress.
Yeah. Playing at the piano until she stands up and it's still playing. Her power. It's incredible.
Where we get every time the hookup and
Slave, yeah.
Slave, yes.
It's fun to be barefoot for that. That's cool.
Then we have the Onyx Zone, where we get that ballad of Shadow. And then we have
Security.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite section. It's not my favorite look, but this is my favorite section of the tour, called the security camera.
Yeah, there's like a little interlude where the security guys are checking out the camera and they zoom in, like she's like getting naked in the hotel.
Yeah, they're like
actually
spying
it's like
on her.
Super inappropriate.
It is. No, it's totally inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's the camera people are like looking at all the different hotel cameras and they see her
getting ready in her room and they're
in
like, whoa.
her bathtub.
Yeah.
Like they see her in the bathroom and they're spying on her in the bathroom.
Not okay. Yeah, it's almost the end of the show and it's Touch My Hand, Breathe on Me, and Outrageous. And this is the most sexual part of the show. This gives me girly show vibes from Madonna. This gives me like a prayer, kind of like blasphemy.
We get another diamond bodysuit.
We do.
For Touch of My Hand. She's in a bathtub.
Giant writhing bathtub / martini glass. It like looks like it's a giant it's like martini glass shaped.
Yeah.
With a stem and a giant cup. And we don't get a lot of zoom ins on that in the Showtime special.
We do not. Showtime's not having it.
Naked. And for Breathe on Me, it is the gayest performance of the evening, mixed with Touch of My Hand, because they just give you a quick look, but there are two male dancers gyrating on each other for that section, which is very ahead of its time. But Breathe on Me has the most memorable choreography, in my opinion.
Yes.
Not the most difficult, but the most like sexual. She's simulating sex on a bed in different positions. They're rolling over each other. They hit the foot of the bed, gyrations against each other, and then they bring it out to the middle of the stage. And as the song builds to the big climax, they just start making out.
Mm-hmm.
And like really making out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot.
Looking back, it is kind of shocking that this was a tour tweens were going to.
Yes.
Like for the special, I didn't think it was that shocking because it's like you're watching it at home.
Right.
But it is, looking back, kind of shocking how sexual it was as a concert.
There
moment.
were definitely tons of headlines of like moms storming out with
yeah.
the kids and stuff at the time, I remember. Which, fair enough. It wasn't the girl that she was like a year or even, very quickly turned into something else. Yeah, you lost out, Debbie. And then we have a little fun, it's so sexual. We get a little break with Boom Boom. We get those like parachute pants, which is fun.
I love that look.
We love that look. The twirl as she like steps out.
I have a pair of baggy sweatpants that I wear, and it's
just
always
to do that.
like, and I know, who was it? Oh my God, there was someone, I remember it might have been college or something. One of my friends had the same, like anytime we had like baggy sweatpants on, it was literally because of this moment in Onyx Hotel Tour. It's
It's a fun little escape, and it's actually the last technical song of the show until we get the encore, which
isn't she shade sometimes?
Yes.
Here?
So, yeah.
This is the first time.
Exits out, and she's like, wait, it's over? Like, I haven't even done Sometimes. Oh, I never even liked that song. And so now Britney fans like think that that's like real and that she hates Sometimes.
What? I gotta go? I haven't sang Sometimes yet. Sometimes I run. Sometimes I hide. Oh, God! I never liked that song anyway. Please.
When really, I just think it was like, this is a girl who's now being sexual and like her image has changed. So she has to shade her poppiest song.
Right.
So we get out, we get back in with the Fierce Me Against the Music remix.
The red pantsuits, Fierce, with the hat.
Yep. And it's a tight end. Tight end.
Oh.
Yeah. Love that. So solid show. Didn't last long because as we know, it coincided with In the Zone singles. And once we got to Outrageous, we got the knee incident.
But before we get to the knee incident, Onyx Hotel Tour, the photo shoot and the promotional imagery it was Marcus Klinko and Indrani, which I don't think they're together anymore. They're like this photographer duo or something. These are probably my favorite Britney tour photos ever. I mean, they're works of art.
Funny you should say that. I literally have a blown up picture of her on the bed as my living room art. Which is crazy. But yes, because I like it because it's not an obvious Britney promotional photo at all. It's like this very sad, sexy woman in a bed. It's very cool. The whole imagery of it was like mysterious woman in a hotel standing on like a luggage piece. And then in some parts, they use the imagery for every time, like being in that like mystical garden look. Then there's that frozen face picture.
Yes. And the green one with the heel and like she's sitting on the
and also from this era is my favorite actual picture of her. I do have a favorite, which is her in the black panties and leather jacket holding the two window curtains. It was a door poster, and I had that the whole time. And that kind of also fit the vibe for this. But yeah, the imagery of In the Zone in general.
I also love the one that is kind of looks like the In the Zone cover. It's the straight headshot of her, and it's green, purple lighting. And it's just like that direct shot. Her hair is kind of flowing. That's probably one of my favorite pictures of her ever.
Yeah, we got great photos from this era.
Yeah. Which these are obviously photoshopped.
Yeah, but
like
they're
crazy, but they're
in a way
it's
that's
like an
stylish.
It reminds me of like Annie Leibovitz. Like they're artistic photos of her.
Yeah, although I mean, I will say like the Britney era ones were also great. Every one was great for what it was. Like Baby's 90s vibe is awesome for like nostalgia. Now it's in Urban Outfitters. But as far as In the Zone, I think that was her most experimental imagery until Blackout. But the tour book from that is a favorite. Check it out if you haven't already, fake fans.
Yeah. Also, so this was also a special, but it was on Showtime this time.
Yep.
And the commercials for this are also...
Those are also great.
Great.
Yes.
And that photo where she's got the two guys on the leashes and she's got the blonde bombshell look, and the commercial is just fierce.
Another winning collaboration with David LaChapelle. Yep. He had her do like a blonde bombshell look. She walks these guys down the hallway in a very like chic art deck. I don't even know how to describe that hotel, but
it reminds me of the Cosmo Hotel.
Oh, yes.
It's very Cosmo, Vegas, sultry.
Yes. Just another stunning collaboration. We'll get into the demise of their relationship in 2016.
Oh, yes.
And while this is happening, which we will discuss in detail in 2005, she is filming what would become Chaotic.
Yes.
Because she has met...
UPN reality show.
She has met a backup dancer at this time.
Yes.
Merely weeks after one wedding, she meets Kevin Federline. And suddenly she doesn't care so much about being a pop star.
Right. Which we did not know.
We didn't.
All of this until 2005 when this reality show comes out.
Yeah.
And you see the backstage stuff
interactions happening. A bit of a slap in the face, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Very much like, I just can't wait to get over this show so I can like go backstage and have sex with you and like run away. Not, however, that I am blaming her in any way, because as you were listening to this podcast, she didn't get a moment to breathe. So what else would she dream about but running away with a man? Like, it's
true.
Not weird that she just needed a break. So this is all happening from March through June. She's secretly falling in love, actually, and performing this highly sexual show. She is also like a sexaholic at this point.
Which makes sense. I mean, all of it makes
sense.
Moment is like the looks, the songs, the attitude. I mean, it really does all. Yeah.
So we get into, she drops a few singles that you might have heard of, Toxic, Every Time, and then we get into Outrageous. And
this is where it happens.
Hey, is this thing on?
Hi, yeah, it is. Subscribe, you bitch. I'm kidding.
Now they're unsubscribing. Oh my God.
Oh, have you subscribed?
Have you subscribed?
Yes, make sure you subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can also follow us on Spotify.
It's the new thing. Living in Sin and following us on Spotify is the new thing.
It is. And also SoundCloud.
Heard of it. Yeah. You can listen to us there. But
that's where you can listen to a lot of Blackout demos as well.
Yes, you can. And if you'd like to follow us individually and make it a little more personal.
Yes, your most personal follow ever.
Follow me at MewMews across all social platforms.
Yes, and you can follow me at TKyleMac on Twitter and t.kyle on Instagram for the most amazing Instagram stories you will ever see.
They're great.
Really cool and amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's been doing podcasts, so. She's in the middle of the Onyx Hotel Tour, dating Kevin Federline, and she's filming a video for Outrageous. She does a spin, and her knee goes out. And this one's bad.
This is bad. And you can find grainy YouTube footage of the actual fall and her being carried away. Dancers all like immediately grab her.
Yeah, I hate that I've seen this.
Yeah.
Because you can actually see she's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It's bad. This is yeah.
The knee, and this is part of the stanness, which is like the weird part of stan culture, which is like you take the weakness of your fave or something. The knee is like a joke almost because it's like this was her.
It's part of her name.
Yeah.
It's like.
It is literally part of her name.
Which is why that's kind of why it has this.
Yeah. Knee is like part of the legacy from Sometimes really to Outrageous. And occasionally she has heard it in Piece of Me as well.
Yeah, she's literally Britney.
Knee. The knees are important. So she She's out.
Yeah,
Jive
cancels the tour.
issues. Jive issues a statement. She's got to be off of her feet for a while and then do rehab for a few weeks. And the tour is abruptly canceled. She cancels right before the Hartford, Connecticut date, which is the one I was finally going to see her at.
She canceled. I was going to see her at PNC, Bank Art Center in Jersey. And I remember I was devastated.
Yeah.
And I will say, I remember I was angry.
I was mad.
Because at this point, I thought that it was
like fake.
Kevin Federline.
Yeah. Well,
like that it was a faked thing.
There had to be a part of her that felt relief.
Oh, totally.
Certainly not physically, but
no.
There had to be a part of her that was like, I have an excuse.
Right. There was a break here. Oh, well, in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not that like I ever want to see anyone get hurt, but actually, now that I think about it, seeing that video kind of changed my perception. I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, this was a real accident. And like, if you see how she's dancing in this, and which we later in the year, we actually get a half music video for Outrageous.
Yep. With Snoop Dogg.
She was, it would have been a great video.
I think so. It would have been fun. It would have been,
and she was giving us a routine. And so then I was kind of like, oh shit, like, this is actually real. But Kevin Federline just happened to be there at the same time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's also the theme of Catwoman. I forgot.
Outrageous was?
Yeah.
Like Catwoman with who?
With Halle Berry, the awful one. Right? It was like critically panned.
Right. Well, they did SNL together in 2003.
Right.
Halle hosted and Britney was, we say this a lot on this podcast, legends only.
Legends only. Legends only. So yeah, a 45-second video came out of that, which is all the footage they had to work with, and it included her licking Snoop's face, playing some b-ball, and a brief street dance scene, which you can see those streets are slippery.
Now, before we go further into this year, because I mean, again, it's still like so much happened. There's a look here from this year that I wanted to bring attention to, and it was TRL in the UK.
Yes,
when she had chocolate brown hair
and the sunglasses. And
I mean, maybe it's because I'm from Jersey, but like I loved this look.
It's so funny that you pointed that one out. I have wanted to like replicate that look, like be that completely. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love a black jacket.
Oh God, yes, that was such a good look. Yeah, but the Onyx Hotel Tour abruptly gone. And you would think like that would be it for the year, but it hardly is.
No.
So what ends up happening is the label, perhaps because of this, scrambles to put together a greatest hits collection called Greatest Hits My Prerogative. Now, I distinctly remember running to FYE at my local mall to pick this up, specifically the limited edition silver foil version.
Yes.
I was basically,
with the DVD.
I ran in and basically I was that "move I'm gay" meme. Picked that up and also imported the Japanese edition, which had a I Heart Britney phone dongle thing. Or phone keychain rather, that I attached to my, it must have been an LG chocolate at the time, maybe. I remember being like a bit jarred. It was like jarring that a greatest hits was coming.
Right, because it was so traumatizing for me as a fan.
I was like, is her career over?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening here?
Yes. And also the media was also critical of it. And they were like, why? Because at that time, at the peak of her career, basically still is just like, it's too soon. A lot of people thought. Now, of course, you get a greatest hits whenever, nobody releases albums anymore, but like you can do a compilation at any time in your career. Hillary Duff has like 15.
Oh, she does.
She does.
And they're
deservedly
all greatest hits.
They are.
Hits.
When
will your fave? Most wanted.
Most wanted. So My Prerogative is the name of the greatest hits. Bops on bops. I mean, and it's only the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, we really haven't even gotten to like the best, some of the best.
Yes.
And we're already getting a greatest hits moment.
So Greatest Hits, My Prerogative is her first record at all to not hit number one. It hits number 4, but it doesn't really count as ruining her legacy of studio albums not hitting number 1. But I do think it's interesting that it didn't quite get that love.
It is also the title of a new song we get on the album.
We sure do.
There's a couple.
A new old song. Yes. She covers Bobby Brown's My Prerogative, which is very much a statement as she is hitting back at the haters, the media, and the critics of her relationship with Kevin Federline.
Who is also stars in this video.
Stars in this video, which is, as they say, the curse of pop. If you put your man in the video, it's over.
It's over.
But, you know, knock on wood, Sam Asghari, Slumber Party is still going strong. So we're going to pray for that. But pretty much a mess from the beginning. My Prerogative song and video is one of my favorites from her, actually.
Mine too.
And
every time I'm in a pool, I'm like gyrating as if I crashed a car into it.
As we know, she just released a gender-neutral fragrance called Prerogative.
That's true.
Which she sort of has acknowledged that is based on this song, but not really. She's never performed this song live,
Ever.
which I just want to say is a fucking outrage.
Yeah, it's never even been
Larry,
like an interlude or like
no
anything at all.
No, they don't. And I'm part of that. I'm wondering if it's a rights thing. Like,
oh, it probably is.
Yeah, like they'd have to pay
then.
Bobby's estate or whatever it is. Like, anyway, yeah, we never get a live of this.
No, what's also interesting though about this video, which was ahead of its time, if you will. So when she crashes her car in the beginning into the house and into the pool, it's a white car.
Yeah.
Like fast forward to 2006, 2007. What is she always driving everywhere while everything's like crazy?
Yes.
And like that's her car. Like I always associate like
interesting. I never even thought of that. Yeah.
With her, and it's like I don't know. It was just like a little mild detail that I picked up on.
That's interesting. We also get one of her most iconic lines. Some people could take everything away from you, but they can never take away your truth. But the question is, can you handle mine?
Can you handle it?
Can you?
Which she says later on.
Yeah.
That in Chaotic.
In Chaotic, she really likes that line. The truth is, we cannot handle her truth.
No.
We never will until we get a good mysterious book one day. But yeah, there's a lot from that song and video that I wish lived on. She was mocked, I think, for covering that song. I mean, people don't take kindly to covers ever.
No.
I Love Rock and Roll was skewered too.
Oh, yeah.
But I think a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was really cool for her. Her voice is super weird in it.
It is.
This is like part of, I mean, Soda Pop was the start, but this is yet another personality has come into the studio. And you're like, who's this singing?
But I loved it. I thought it was such a good, I mean, obviously I was, it was a tumultuous year.
It really was.
But,
I was certainly not happy that he was in it.
No. And because I felt like he was part of the reason why, I didn't get to see Onyx Hotel.
Yeah.
But coming off of In the Zone with the media backlash and whatever, I do remember being like, this is a slay. Like she's like, I mean, the looks in this video are incredible. There's no choreo. She's not giving us dance. She's not giving us a number. She's giving us a message. And I remember I was like, oh, this is fierce.
She's
even though
mad.
I'm mad. Even though I kind of thought Kevin Federline was hot.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in those days, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. He was the bad boy that she shouldn't have been with. So it was perfect. It was released September 21st. And when you think about it, that is only
a couple months after
surgery.
Yeah, she ended the tour in the summer, and then bam, again in the fall. I mean, looking back at all of these years, it is crazy how fast of a turnaround everything was.
Yes.
I mean, now we're lucky if we get an album from a pop star every 2 years.
True.
It's like 3 years seems to be the staple.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. And consistently for now, this has been 5 or so years. Every single year we're getting so much
from her. Yes, absolutely. So it premiered MTV's TRL September 16th. Jake Nava directed it. And she said, according to Lynn Spears, the video was about capturing gorgeous close-ups and subtle movements, and she couldn't move, obviously, in dancing, and having an element of old Hollywood glamour and mystery. It's interesting that Lynn spoke about it. We get that. But we also get some other new tracks on Greatest Hits My Prerogative.
We do.
which are great and hits. So we get I've Just Begun Having My Fun, another Bloodshine Avant. This gets a cool life in Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Which was unexpected. I think a lot of people like found the song through that video, that movie.
Like, a lot of people didn't even know it was a Britney song.
No, it's a great one. It's also lyrically quite strange, borderline uncomfortable, because she falls asleep in a chair and something happens. Oh, like, right? It's like, here's a little story that I made up, so let's make believe. 4 years ago, I had a party that was too much fun for me. But there's a sexy guy. He'd surely give me everything I need. Sometimes I let temptation go too far and get the best of me. The conversation was going over till I turned my hair. He started touching me and kissing me like he didn't care. I thought at first I should go home, but then I fell asleep in the chair. All I gotta say is, I just want to have some fun, and I'll do it until I'm done. I don't know. Something's weird about it. She's like, thought she should go home, fell asleep in the chair, and all she has to say is, and she doesn't say what she has to say.
I mean, it's she's giving us rebellious.
She is.
Party girl.
Oh,
here.
for sure. She just wants to shop around, doesn't want to settle down.
Nope.
She's actually just begun having her fun. It's a great song. It's just, production-wise, it's very cool because it's from Bloodshine Avant. And there's another song on here.
And I wonder if that one was left over from In the Zone.
Definitely. Yeah. She wrote it with Michelle Bell, who ended up writing a lot of the original doll material.
Yeah. Do we think Greatest Hits was a panic move from the label?
I think it had to have been because
like My Prerogative was obviously, she was like, I want to do something here that is like an FU moment. And then they're probably like, well, you can't do that. So we're just going to tack it on to Greatest Hits moment.
I mean, I think they stood by it. I mean, they made the album called it, which is cool. But yeah, for sure they panicked because of the knee. The knee was definitely like a reason. And then you get another Bloodshine Avant track, Do Something, which is even more rebellious. As we'll talk about in 2005, the fucks become far fewer than ever as she co-directs her own music video and introduces us to Mona Lisa. And it just starts devolving into this whole rebellious vibe. We'll get into Original Doll, and she's right now on the road writing songs for an album that she wanted to record called Original Doll. So while she's touring, she's writing with Michelle Bell and others from the In the Zone sessions and getting inspired and thinking that she's going to do this whole thing, which the label...
And all of this was under the radar.
On the radar,
because like the Original Doll stuff, the relationship, chaotic, all of that stuff really comes to light in the
next
following year,
which we'll get into. But something certainly comes to light in 2004.
I'm wondering if I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Well, the relationship becomes quite public because eventually we get a second wedding in the same year.
It was in 2004?
It was in 2004.
Oh my God.
She married him.
Why did I think it was 2005? Jeez, that is...
The wedding actually happened in 2004.
With the magazine
spread
cover. I have that in my Legends binder.
October 4th, 2004 issue. Britney's wedding album.
I have that in my Legends binder. Yeah. Iconic. Wow.
The timeline is crazy.
Insane. I'm like thinking about it and I'm just like, I wonder if it didn't seem as crazy now or it didn't seem as crazy then because we didn't have Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Back then, I guess September to October is a long time to not hear from someone or like not get something big. Yeah. So maybe, wow.
At this point, she is so focused on starting a family and becoming a wife. And she even wrote on, this would be one of the beginning broadcasts to the fans that started. This was like one of the earliest. She wrote on her website, my prerogative right now is to just chill and let all of the other overexposed blondes on the cover of Us Weekly be your entertainment. Good luck, girls.
Yeah. This was the start of Rebellion.
Totally. Rebellion.mp3. She attended the Billboard Music Awards in 2004 as well. She brought the dog and Kevin and also the dog.
Yeah.
Both dogs.
This hair was a serve.
Yeah. She totally just wanted to duck out. And so she gets married let's talk a bit about the wedding. Surprise ceremony. She was 22. He's 26. They said I do in Studio City, California.
Wow.
September
22.
2004. 20 friends and family members, including her mother, Lynn, sister, Jamie Lynn. We saw the looks because we get that people spread.
Yes. The tracksuits.
It happened almost a month before their planned October wedding, which was going to take place in Santa Barbara. But they wanted to just get it over with.
Yeah. Didn't they? They surprised everyone, right? Oof.
She had the bachelorette party. She had those matching, oh my God, the matching Juicy Couture.
Yes. They were awful.
Oh, and he wore what? Were they?
They were so Jersey.
It was extremely
Literally,
Jersey.
like, that's what everyone in Jersey does.
Yeah, it was a look. I thought she looked beautiful because she had her chocolate brown hair.
Yeah.
And I liked that like kind of sexy after dress. She has like,
oh yeah, that one was a good dress.
and I liked how the bridesmaids looked in the red for the actual ceremony. And she throws the bouquet. Like we get to talk about it in Chaotic.
Yeah, that's where we really get like more intimate footage.
Yeah, it's kind of funny thinking about it now. Like 2004, we were just presented with a lot of seemingly random things.
Yeah.
And then Chaotic actually tells you quite a lot about what was happening.
Completely behind the scenes.
So when it happens in Chaotic, you're just like, oh, you were just fully in love on this tour, didn't give a shit, got married, and, said fuck you to everyone, which is very her. And I would encourage her to always do that because that's kind of her thing. But yeah.
Was this the year that we got those photos of her on the balcony with Kevin that are like iconic? It had to have been.
Grabbing his crotch.
Because she had like chocolate-ish hair.
Yeah.
That has to be the year we got those photos.
Yeah, we really start getting good candids in this year. I mean, every year has great candids, but now she's just so fucking pissed.
I think this is the year we also got the one with the saggy titties where she's throwing coffee or like the soda at someone.
Yes. Yeah. Rebellionney is
kicking
off. Yeah. So the wedding happens. My Prerogative happens. And we're fully just in a state of I'm spiraling as a fan because I'm seeing all this happen and thinking this is it. She seems to want to retire.
Yeah.
And I think Britney fans think she's going to retire every year.
Okay, that is true.
Every time we go to a show, I think in the back of my mind,
this is the last one.
This is the last time I'm ever going to see her. She's done. She's just going to get married and fuck off. She hasn't yet, but I think this is the first time the possibility of her not coming back is like presented. Because greatest hits, My Prerogative, the greatest hits are for artists who are dead or are done.
Yeah.
So you're like,
retiring.
Holy shit. And she's writing things to us like, enjoy the other blondes. See you later. I remember being mad and confused and just not sure until Chaotic came out. And I was like, oh.
Right.
But yeah.
A highlight, though, for me was this DVD.
The
Greatest Hits DVD.
Oh,
this
yes, we should talk about
one
it.
of the smartest
Yes.
and best things her team did.
Yes, not until the singles collection box set has her team so properly collected her things. Yes, especially you as a digital guru and like appreciator of like properly organizing things.
Yeah, it was like the way it was set up, it was this timeline and you literally go through the eras of videos and it starts you from beginning to end, end at the time.
Yeah.
And you can watch everything and then you hit this, it's like a key or something on the bottom and it flips over and then it's all behind the scenes stuff from everything.
Outtakes, behind the scenes.
And it was just like, there was so much. And I remember as a fan being like, this is the holy grail.
Yeah, you get like
DVDs.
The one take of Slave. You get a few like, you get straight on shots, alternative angles, and like
all
outtakes.
The candid every time stuff is like, which are really funny. And you're like, for such a darker video, she's like twirling and goofing around.
Completely.
Stronger. You
Goofy
get the
faces in the car.
The Chris Cox mega mix. Do you remember that?
Yes. Oh,
an incredible mix, which also has a music video.
Yes. Yes, that also goes down live very well.
Yeah.
In the DJ sets.
I need them to do something similar to that today.
Yeah.
Next year.
We're due.
Honestly, they should be doing it for the 20th.
Well,
just
I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
And they wouldn't have to print a DVD. They could just do a digital one. A digital greatest hits.
We have the ideas right here, RCA. We can just do this. I mean, it would make sense to do a full repackage. The only other nice thing that she's had, that sounds harsh, but as far as collection wise, is the singles box set.
Yeah.
Which was a smart move. But now that came out in 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
So
almost a decade ago.
It's time to advance. So that's pretty much where we're at with 2004. We kick off with this short-lived tour, and something's happening in the background that we're not aware of.
Nope.
We get a knee but a knee injury, and then all of a sudden,
the knee
injury, and all of a sudden she's married, and the media is not having it.
Nope. But while it may seem dark, there is something else that happened this year.
Oh, yeah?
That would lead to one of 14,872 perfumes.
That's right. Do you dare?
Do you dare?
This is the first Britney perfume moment.
Yes, this is really the official launch of her current career
Curious.
as a perfumier. Curious is
I can smell it right
that
now.
I can, yes.
Like I'm literally just like it's not anywhere near anything in my apartment and I smell it.
I used to commute every day for a job, and I would be able to on the train know if one of the women was wearing Curious.
Oh my God. My friend Lindsay.
Yep.
She used to drive me home from school, and she spilled a bottle of Curious in her car once.
What
at
a
some
lucky
point.
spill, yes.
And so I just have this very distinct memory of like getting in her car after school, and it's hot as hell because it's been in the sun all day, and it's just hot and smells like
Hot and curious.
Hot and curious. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that bottle, those little gems around it, everything is very, very much still in my head. And the campaign for it, Still Fit Onyx Hotel. She's in a hotel.
I loved that commercial.
Yeah, beautiful. She looked beautiful. Yeah, and she's looking through the peephole like Kevin. And unlocking her curiousness. And that would lead to every curiosity, fantasy, and radiance to come.
Yeah, this was the start of an empire, honestly.
It is.
At times, as we will see in later years, the perfumes got better treatment than some of the music.
Perfume videos for Britney get better than her actual videos starting around 15, 16.
Yeah, it's an empire.
Yep.
A mogul.
Truly a mogul. As a fan, we've had to sort of stand the perfumes at a certain point.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are the thing that she cares about more than the music.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many memories of just various perfumes that we'll, from now on out, from here on out, we will now be able to talk about memories of perfumes and photos that get used 18,000 times because everyone has a fantasy.
Speaking of fantasy, now available, podcast fantasy.
Oh, what should ours be called?
Oh my God, podcast fantasy. That's a good question.
Ginger fantasy.
Ginger fantasy. Jewish fantasy. Coming soon with top notes of gefilte fish and matzah and bottom notes of
bottom notes.
Bottom notes.
Lot of notes.
Lot of notes. So
yeah, it was perfume weddings tour.
Yeah,
canceled. What do we think the knee is for the
what's the knee?
2004.
2004. To be honest, it's Rebellionney.
Oh,
I think so. Well, is the beginning of Rebellionney.
I'm just gonna say that 2004 is just knee.
Oh wait, we have to just go with knee. It's just
knee.
knee. It's just knee.
Because it's like, I mean, that really is the defining moment.
It's all about the knee.
It is all about the knee.
And yeah, I mean, delusional stans can stay delusional and the haters can stay haters, but the dancing objectively is never quite the same.
No.
We get different years where it's harder than others. And there's years where she's dancing terribly and years where she's dancing quite fiercely, but it just is never what she used to do.
No, now it's from here on out, it is much more strategically
placed moments
Yeah.
of like risks, but like
Yeah.
the risk level drops considerably
Yeah.
in terms of like difficulty and longevity of like going on a 100 something odd date tour.
Yeah.
They just never really.
And the weirder part, I feel like, as with Work Bitch, some of the choreography she's done later, post knee, is harder technically, as far as like there are more steps, but it's like handography.
Yes.
It's just she's doing 500 things, but she's directing traffic with her arms.
Right. Which I will say, in the early, a couple years ago, I mean, there are numerous times where she does not do choreo in
Yeah.
like videos and performances or whatever. So that was always there too.
Yeah.
It just seems that like the haters
Mm-hmm.
just like to stick to the dancing. And I'm like, no, I'm high. Watch her performances from, like
The
2008.
VMAs.
Some of the early baby performances, she's
Yeah.
literally just standing there and does like 2 head whips.
Yeah. It's more her confidence that changes.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah. And that's more post 2007.
And the fearless knee
Yeah.
is kind, we kind of lose
We
a little
lose
bit of
that.
that.
Yes. Yeah. The style of dance changes
Mm-hmm.
from fluid to Zumba.
I stan handography knee.
Me too. It's just, it is a difference. And I think
It's
that,
a shift.
I think the delusional ones are too far like living in a bubble, and the haters are like not giving enough credit. I
Right.
just think it's a different type of dance.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll find out, where she takes dancing in 2005 slightly. And then we get a return of it by 2007 slightly.
And this is the last tour for a long time.
This is.
This Onyx Hotel moment.
It is. And you didn't really think about it, but yeah, 2004 to 2009. Well, except for
there was a little blip.
the M&M's tour.
Yeah.
Can't forget that. But we'll talk about that later. Join us as we wander into 2005. Will she make music, or will she just...
Do you hear that? I feel like there might be a tiger growling in the distance.
I wonder,
Just a little
a-
rumbling.
like a rebellious tiger?
Find it. What's that? Oh, we'll have to find out next year.
See you in 2005.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
That didn't even happen until 2011.
I did it, and now we're just like doing that.